Hello. For this part of the orientation, we will be discussing fundraising and donations. When it comes to fundraising, there are two types of fundraising. You can do internal fundraising and external fundraising. For internal fundraising, this is if you want to get more money for your student org, for either more programmatic expenses, or you could use these revenue funds for purchasing merchandise, going to conferences, what have you. Having extra revenue funds is helpful for like a rainy day fund. Next are external fundraisers. External fundraisers are for organizations that are outside of Loyola University and whose mission and values your student organization aligns with. And so, an example of that is if there is a charity or a nonprofit that you really like their cause, you could raise money for them and then uh, send them money through um, Center for Student Engagement. We will help you out with that process. So, what's nice about fundraising is it really does help out the student organization with longevity. It also helps reinforce your organization's values and mission. Um, and it also can help you out with supplementing for events. One thing that you might have heard about is a student activities funding and that pocket of money is limited, sadly. And so there are times when maybe a student organization would like to purchase an item and they did not receive funding for that item. That's where this revenue funding could come into play. And that's why if you fundraise for your own student organization, it can make it so you have extra resources for your events or to do different cool opportunities like conferences. Also, when it comes to certain parts of the student activities fund, there are some items that cannot be purchased through that because of all of the various policies we have. And so revenue funds could help supplement in being able to purchase some items. Next, we have different fundraising ideas. And so in the past, we've had really cool events where students could get together and potentially sell an item to get donations. So one thing that is very important to note is that the fundraising on campus needs to be done through cash. We cannot use QR codes, PayPal, Zelle, or any electronic money services. And this policy is stemming from various campus partners alongside Loyola policies as well. Um, we also want to be able to use direct links. So if you are fundraising for a nonprofit or an outside organization and they have a direct link to their fundraising portal, you can share that. And so people could pay, donate money on the outside organization's portal, and then you could provide them a cookie or what have you, and that's one way you could go about fundraising for another organization. Next, I want to highlight this is very rare, but it does happen. Taxes might be applied to your revenue. If you are selling any tangible items like sweatshirts or like keychains or what have you, they might be subject to sales tax. If this is the case, please come and work with Center for Student Engagement. We will also let you know if this is the case and help you through that process. Different ways students have successfully fundraised on campus, where they were selling items, they had rummage sales. They also collected membership fees. So if you have like a student organization of 10 people and you collect $5 from each other, that's $50. You can also ask for donations as well. These are all various ideas. If you have any questions on how to fundraise, you can always stop by Center for Student Engagement and we can help you out as well. Next, again, I want to reiterate that we do have prohibited fundraising methods. So please do not do any of the items mentioned here. This is not an exhaustive list. These are just examples. A lot of the reasons why these items, these types of fundraising methods are on this slide are either due to safety or they don't align with Loyola's mission and values, um, or they don't align with our policies. So an example of that is online money transfer methods, Chase, Venmo, QuickPay, Zelle, what have you. That doesn't align with our cash management policies. And so that's why everything needs to be done by cash because we cannot securely process online payments. Next, day auctions, eating contests. Those are on here because they're not safe for students. And so at the end of the day, we want to uphold the safety of Loyola students. And so some fundraising methods will be deemed unsafe. That's why we can't use them at this moment. Next we have raffles and lotteries, political campaigns, what have you. Raffles and lotteries, Illinois has a law where we cannot do gambling, and so that is to abide by Illinois law. So now you have all of this money. What do you do with it? So in this section, I'll discuss a couple of things. One, if you're raising money for yourself as a student organization, or if you're raising money for um, an outside organization. So, what you'll do for in general, you're going to bring your money to CSC. The front desk will help you fill out a deposit slip. Then you're going to bring that deposit slip along with the money to the purser's office, which is located in Sullivan. And it's on the first floor where the campus cards office is. Then you want to wait for a little bit because there's some processing time both from the bursar's office and from the Center for Student Engagement. You will see your money deposited in your revenue account on Lou Community. If you ever have questions on where your money is, please feel free to email activities@luc.edu. But please know that there might be 2 weeks until the funds show up, but they are still getting processed. Lastly, this is where the steps change depending on if you are doing a raising money for an outside organization or raising money for yourself. If you're raising money for yourself, you'll submit a purchase request. Just how you would submit a regular purchase request, the only difference is you're going to pull it from your revenue account. If you are doing sending money off to an outside organization, that has a whole plethora of different steps. And so there are more information on that on Lou Community. And you're more than welcome to stop by CSC and we can walk you through that. The big gist of that is you will want to submit an invoice from the organization you're trying to donate money to, a letter of intent, and then provide the name of whomever you're working with for that outside organization. All of that information is needed for documentation purposes, and then we will write them a check with that information. All right, so that is all about donations. One thing I also want to let you all know is that if you are receiving donations as well, or you have questions on receiving food, what have you, or like money, feel free to come by Center for Student Engagement and we'll be able to help you out with that as well.